What's going on, people? It's Ricardo Francis, aka Ricardo Lifting here. Today we are cooking. So I'm with my lovely girlfriend Charlene.
Hi.
It's again. What are we going to be cooking today?
Okay, so today we are cooking a lazy version of Jamaican stew peas. It's called stew peas, but it's actually made with red kidney beans, not peas. But yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Anything else in
there? Should we go through the ingredients?
Let's go.
Okay, so I have marinated the beef. It's got Ricardo's mum's green seasoning, black pepper, some steak seasoning, some all-purpose, and some Maggi all-purpose. Also, give it a little rub down, and it's been seasoning for a couple of hours, and this will be the base, well, the protein for the stew peas. Okay, so this is everything that you're going to need. So I've got about 4 cans of red kidney beans. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them yet. I'll see how I feel. So red kidney beans, a tin of coconut milk, some sweet potatoes, some carrots, some spring onions, us from Jamaica call it scallion, some thyme. I couldn't find thyme on its own, but I am going to pick out the thyme out of this. A chili pepper, again I couldn't find any scotch bonnet, so this will do. Some flour for some dumplings. I'm going to make some spinners, for those of you from Jamaica know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to serve it with some brown rice and some broccoli. Oh, and some garlic and onions as well.
Okay, so I'm just cutting and peeling carrots. Peeling and cutting carrots. And Charlie is cutting out.
I'm doing the onions, the spring onions or scallions, and the scotch bonnet peppers. Okay, so I'm just going to brown off the beef a little bit. I'm using a big pot because I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put loads of things in it. So carrots, sweet potatoes. Now this is a little bit carby, so if you're carb cutting, you may want to either lay off the sweet potatoes, not do it with rice, and also maybe not put in dumplings, but dumplings make me happy. So I've just put enough oil in to cover the pot. Then I'm going to brown the beef, put the onions in, sweet pepper, no, didn't put sweet peppers. I've got onions, garlic, spring onions, and a chili pepper cut up in here. And I'm going to fry that also. Now, earlier, I said that this was a bit of a cheap meal or a quick stew peas. The reason is normally, I would have bought dry kidney beans and I would have soaked them overnight. But being really lazy and unorganized, so I literally just got the tins. You can use the tins or you can use the dry ones. If you're using the dry ones, just remember and soak them overnight and boil them for a little bit longer. You just want to give it a little bit of a stir in there. Just an FYI, not that I ever do measurements. I've got, how many packs of beef have I got in there, babe?
I think you had
two family ones and one small one.
Yeah, so that's probably like 2.5 kilos.
2.5 kilos. But we like meat. I'm going to go with 3 tins of kidney beans first, and if I need to then I'll add more. The beef is browning quite nicely. I'm not going to put the beans in yet, but I want to use the juice from the tins. So I'm going to use a sieve, pour the water in so that it's got the flavour of the peas, and then put in the carrots and the sweet potato and let that kind of simmer for a while. Let's go. Alright, so we're just going to give that a stir, babe. So a question. Have you got the time? I got the time!
And this is what I've got to do with.
Alright, so I'm just going to throw in a few sprigs of thyme. Ricky, can you add in the sweet potato and the carrots? I thought I was quite funny. I'm going to leave it and let it simmer for a while. You want to let the potatoes get a little bit soft, not too soft. I'm going to probably leave it for about 20 minutes. And while that's happening, I'm going to rub up my dumplings. So, don't ask me for measurements because you guys know I already don't do measurements. I just want to make sure that it's in there actually. So it's been simmering for about 15 minutes now. I'm going to go in and not mash up the face. I'm going to go in with a tin of coconut milk. I'm also going to add in a beef stock cube. And I'm going to add in our kidney beans now. Then we're going to give it all a stir. Leave it again for about another 10 minutes and then add our dumplings. I've got some plain flour here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not the best person to make dumplings. So anybody else from the Caribbean that can make them better, please don't at me. So I'm gonna go in with probably about 2 cups of flour. Maybe a little bit more. A little salt, not too much. Let's say that was a teaspoon, right? And then I'm going to pour in water slowly. The thing is, I'm actually not going to make too much dumplings. And if I'm being honest, I'm only making them because Ricky's sister likes them. Shout out to Ricky's sister. Remember that if you put in too much water, that's okay. You can always just add more flour or go little and add more. So the consistency you're looking for really is one that's not sticky like this. So I may add a little bit more flour. Okay, so this is probably the consistency that you're looking for. Now, when it comes to dumplings, everybody likes their dumplings differently. Some people like them soft, some people like them hard. I like them somewhere in the middle. So a little trick is, if you're like me and you're not really good at the kneading process, what I then tend to do is, once I've done it and I've got it all in a ball like this, I then will put it in the fridge for like 10 to 15 minutes, and then it just firms up a little bit. I'll be honest, it's just because I'm lazy. I'm lazy and I don't knead it enough. So I would say that I was happy with that. And then I'm just gonna cover it and then put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes. So while that's boiling, boiling, I'm gonna put on the brown rice. Now I know some people don't like brown rice. We really like brown rice. She says and I can't open it.
You really like brown rice.
I like brown rice. Do you not like rice?
No,
I love rice.
I just eat rice as a filler. And recently I've been bloated having white rice, so brown rice is the better of the two for my stomach. Find it a bit crunchy sometimes.
That's because you don't cook it really now.
No, not that. It's the texture is different than white rice.
Oh yeah.
White rice is fluffier.
Of course. Okay, so I'm just gonna wash it. We're not doing that much because, like I said, there's sweet potato in the stew. Kind of a one-pot. Well, to be fair, you don't actually need rice, but I like rice. And it's Sunday, so we're having rice. So I've washed the rice. Now, lots of people say they don't like brown rice because it doesn't taste of anything. So, and I'll be honest, it doesn't. It kind of needs seasoning. The water needs seasoning. So, I'm going to go in with one veggie oxo cube and one chicken oxo cube. It's just like cooking the rice in stock, to be fair, so that it can absorb some of the flavour. Because otherwise it is a little bit like eating crumble, I'm not gonna lie. Just cook it like you would normal rice. Let it boil, put the lid on it, turn it down. It's just that I would let it boil for a little bit longer than you would do white rice and turn it down. So then let it boil for like 5 minutes, let it boil for about 10 minutes and then turn it down. Okay, so we have our dumpling dough here. I am going to make what we're going to make are called spinners. Spinners. Oh, it's been a long day. We make spinners. Now the reason they're called spinners is because you spin them in your hand like this. So you just want to knead them again. Make sure that the stew is boiling. This also helps to kind of thicken up your stew as well. They don't have to be perfectly shaped. Alright, let's just check on our food. I have put the broccoli on to steam. So that should take about 5-10 minutes. The rice is pretty much done, I would say. I'll just keep that kind of steaming. Let's have a look at our two peas. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, boy. It's looking good. All that rich, meaty goodness.
And voila, here we have our dinner without rice, with rice, and with lots of dumplings.
Chloe, dinner!